Greetings everyone, my name's Dom and today I am back. I'm back in my room, I'm back in England after about 10 days of moving around Europe in various different countries, seeing World War II sites. Now my original plan was to also see World War I sites, but unfortunately we didn't get time for that, which is kind of a shame because I wanted to learn a bit more about World War I before jumping into Battlefield 1, but I guess we'll have to save that for next summer. So anyway, I've been gone for a little while, and I came back actually a couple days ago, but I had a bit of a cold when I came back, so I just wanted a bit of time for my voice to recover and for me to rest up from all the travelling we've been doing before I started to make videos again. And it is really good to be back. It's really good to be back. I'm back and I am tasked with so many things to take care of, and it's all a bit overwhelming, but I'm trying to get through them and I'm trying to deliver as good of... I don't actually really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to try my best. That was weird. I don't know if I should cut that out or not. I won't cut that out. Why not? The dark side of YouTube. So yeah, I'm back. Many stuffs has been going on. When I got back, I had a sort of epiphany. I looked down at my GTX 1080 and I looked at my bank account, and my bank account was a bit low and my GTX 1080 was, well, a GTX 1080, and the reason why my bank account was a bit low. And I thought for a moment, what if I sell my GTX 1080, my bank account will then go back up, and then I can buy other stuff and my bank account will go down again. Because that's sort of like the circle of Tryte. That's what I like to do. I like to buy stuff and then sell stuff and buy more stuff. So it got me thinking, what other stuff do I actually need to buy? How would I spend the money? And I spent like a whole day while I was ill in my room just thinking about what I could possibly spend my money on. Now initially I thought, you know what, I want to get that monitor that I've always wanted, the Acer X34. And then I thought, hold on, I also really want a TV. You see, my setup, although nearly complete, is missing just a few things. It's missing the new microphone. I currently have the Rode NT USB. It's missing a new monitor, and finally it's missing a 4K smart TV, which I just want to use, when I'm lying in bed as a sort of entertainment setup, and for when friends come over so we can just play Xbox. Now, obviously I can't get the Xbox yet because... Actually no, the Xbox One S is out, but it's a little bit pricey at the moment, and I think I might wait for it to go down. And I'm not going to be doing any Xbox gaming anytime soon. And I'm just okay with waiting, to be honest, because I got my PC and a 10 meter, 15 meter HDMI cable, which is going to wrap around my room and plug into the TV, which is going in that corner over there. So all's good on that front. Now, the plan that I had was to initially sell my XB270HU, and I might still do that, but there is another way. So what I was thinking of doing was just selling my BenQ monitor, my 1080p one, getting rid of that, and then just putting the Acer X34 next to it. I really like the idea of just one single monitor with the two speakers, two studio monitors either side of it, because these are really tall, so it's kind of hard to do it with if you have multi-monitor setups, especially if you have like an ultra wide and a normal monitor. It can get really hard to place these speakers because the cables are hardwired into them, and they're not that long. They're only about 2 meters, which kind of sucks. So yeah, I'm left wondering whether I should go for one monitor or just two, but if I went for two then I'd have to save up for a while. But that's by the by. What I've decided to do in the end is leave the monitors to themselves for a bit, so I can just have them and play with them and see if I'd actually miss 144Hz gaming compared to just 100Hz gaming, which is a bit annoying. Spiffing. So yeah, I'm leaving the monitors to themselves and I'm going to focus on the TV bit. That's when I sold my GTX 1080. So currently I have it in here, but it's sold and I'm going to be shipping it off real soon. My dad's going to come over later and he's going to give me some boxing for it, and my brother's going to get his new phone. Lucky cunt. And all's going to be well and good because I'm going to have 700 quid in my bank account to play with. Yeah, I sold it for 700 quid. Those cards, they are, it went like immediately. I put it up and it went the same day. It's crazy. So what I've decided on is buying a GTX 1070 and a 4K TV. But because the GTX 1070 is already 300 quid, I only have about 400 quid to play with, and so the budget can get a bit tight. I either have a choice between a 50-inch Hisense TV with fairly high input latency, so it's not going to be the best for gaming. It's not going to be like really bad, but it's not going to be the best. So I could get a 50-inch 4K smart TV, or I could get a much more better, much refined, smaller 40-inch 4K TV. Has much better smart features, has that nano quantum dot crystal technology or something, pure color, HDR, all that stuff. And it's like a little bit more expensive, but it has much lower input latency. But the only con is that it's 40-inch and not 50-inch. Now I have a relatively small room anyway, so I'm thinking just fuck it and get the 40-inch. But I don't know. It's annoying because 50-inch looks really, really nice, and my brother has a 50-inch in his room. I just get really jealous really easily, and it's not a nice feeling. I want to have the best, although technically I would kind of have a better TV than him. It would just be smaller. You know, I say I want the best stuff, which is the exact same reason why I sold my GTX 1080 and got a 1070. It seems a bit silly, and a lot of people don't really agree with stuff I'm doing, like with downgrading my GPU. But oh well, especially because like if I'm going to be gaming at 3440 by 1440 and holding a 100Hz refresh rate, I would kind of want the most powerful GPU that you can get, not the new Titan XP. That's just way out my price range, and I would never really recommend that anyway to anyone, even if you are a video creator. It's just silly. So I think you guys should tell me what I should do. I mean, I've already sold my GPU, so you can't really inform me on that. But I want to know whether I should go for a 50-inch Hisense panel but with pretty bad input latency, or whether I should go for this Samsung KU6400, which is smaller, but everything else in it is just so much better. But another thing did just come up. I came up and I brought up some bangers and mash and also some tea, which is now empty. And I looked at my emails because it popped up on my phone, and I was wondering, sales and questions? That was a bit weird. I didn't buy anything yet. So I opened up this email, and a few days ago I reached out to AverMedia because of their new capture card, which is capable of raw, lossless 4K recording at 60 FPS. Which is crazy, because to record at 4K 60 FPS, you need something like a PCIe SSD to do it on software, and I know a lot of you are going to be shouting out, oh, Shadowplay can do it. Yeah, Shadowplay can technically record at 4K and 60, but the thing with Shadowplay is it only records to one audio track, and the audio really isn't high quality. It sounds disgusting. Like, Shadowplay really does ruin your microphone. It's horrible. And on top of that, the right FPS just it's not consistent. Like, it will say, even if you're getting 60 FPS in game or even higher, if you watch it back over, sure, some bits may look 60 FPS, but a lot of it is going to be waving between 40 to 50, and it can look jumpy and not smooth, and it can really degrade the viewing experience. So definitely Shadowplay for 4K 60 FPS recording on a budget, sure, yeah, it's good, but not if you're serious about 4K 60 FPS content, especially if you're going to be commentating over it. But anyway, going back to this new capture card that AverMedia have made, I reached out to them and I said, I wasn't really expecting anything to come of it, but sure enough, a couple days later, AverMedia got back to me and they said, I'm not sure if I can actually read this out, but they said, thank you for contacting, I'm not actually quoting this, but thanks for contacting us. We'll talk to you in more detail about your sample. It'll be easier to contact you about this over this. So if I haven't just misunderstood them and they are actually willing to send me a review unit, which would be fantastic because it costs an arm and a leg, then that review will be up on the channel literally as soon as I receive that, because that's incredibly exciting. But anyway, that is about it in this little vlog thing right here. I'm back, I'm making videos. I actually had to sort of stop the video that I was making to make this video, and I was sort of halfway through making that. I mean, I'd done the script, and I was just doing tests for certain games. That video is going to be whether the GTX 1080 is worth it for 1440p at 144Hz gaming. Exciting times. Yeah. But anyway guys, if you did like this video, then do show your appreciation by tapping that like button. I love your face, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ta-ra.